Good morning, welcome to a morning review on Thursday the 21st of May. This is Kim Watson speaking for Easy Trader. Okay, looking at the euro dollar first, and as you can see from a daily perspective, it continued in its downward trend here, a short-term trend. Look, it's still looking towards that monthly pivot and probably 34, which could create a reasonable bounce of the previous highs here, as well as a point around there which may, as I say, create the bounce. So it's also obviously looking like a target. We were looking to break yesterday's lows, so an obvious sort of target area. I think with yesterday it was quite a messy day in terms of trading, quite choppy, as you can see from the 4-hourly bars, pretty much inside bars most of the day, leading into the news at 7 o'clock when we had the US data coming out, or the minutes from the FOMC meeting. The Fed meeting, basically the minutes from that meeting suggested that there were still a few of the participants expecting that the rates could be increased in June, but it's most suggested it is unlikely that they'd indicate sufficient improvement by that time. So all in all, the news which we saw at the 7 o'clock on the 7 o'clock bar flickered all over the place, but never gave us any clear direction in terms of the dollar. So for now, we're erring towards it's going to be on a meeting by meeting basis in terms of their decision, which is back to the old-fashioned way of doing things, as opposed to suggesting it's going to be increased in a particular month. So really we're just going to continue with the great unknown, I suppose. Anyway, so the euro at this juncture is still in a bit of a chop mode, still in that range of yesterday, and we've got the hourly 50 above us, which may provide some resistance if we were to get up there. We've got support wise really yesterday's lows, and then obviously the S1 if it starts breaking down. We, as I say, still got that monthly pivot that's a possible target there. Okay, moving on to cable. Let's look at a bigger picture first, and again, consolidated day. Now, funny old pattern from the 4-hourly perspective, but for many hours we've been sitting in a relatively tight range. There's a potential it could come back down towards the daily 21 moving average. At this juncture, with the lower highs, lower lows, overall it does still look like it could continue to the downside. It's erring towards that way for me at the moment. We'd have to see some sort of correction, proper correction, and possibly more bullish day to change my view on that. However, if we were to break the upper trend line I've drawn on here, we could push up towards yesterday's highs. It would be a sensible target to be looking for, along with the daily R1 pivot. Any failure would see us likewise running back down towards yesterday's low. So we sort of it's really how we break out this morning. We have had some choppy old mornings though with cable, and the same may continue. We do have the retail sales coming out this morning at 9:30, which could affect things here. I should have mentioned the euro dollar. We've got the French and German flash manufacturing figures coming out at 8 and 8:30 respectively, and then at 9 o'clock we've got the European figures as a whole. They've been giving us very little in the way of movement of late, sort of 10 pips, maybe up to 20 pip movements, but you may get some volatility around 8 to 8:30 on the euro. Okay, so it's the pound here. Okay, moving on to dollar yen. Same old here. Yesterday it did manage to continue up through, pushing up towards the 121.50 sort of area, just short of. Moving quite well, could continue, but consolidating at the moment. As I've always said on the yen, my preference is that when it does break is for movements to the upside, as opposed to looking for any strength at this juncture. Now, that said, break of the lows here could see us coming back down towards yesterday's lows again, with the daily R1 S1 pivot and 50 MA all around that sort of area. Continuation to the upside, well, maybe pushing up towards 121.65. Still, from the original consolidation that we saw on the dailies, believe that we could, from that consolidated move, push back up to those prior highs there at 122.07 to see the full sort of section of that on a one-to-one basis worked out. So let's see dollar yen. Look at the Aussie dollar, and pretty. Just 1 second. There you guys come. Okay, pretty much similar to the euro in terms of its sell-off. It's been slightly the weakest of all, almost back down to its monthly pivot here. Just again consolidation. It's been a bit of a slow roller though in terms of the movements in it. It just drifts. Yesterday in the evening there at 7 o'clock, it did regain some of that loss, but it looks like it may be drifting back down again today. If so, may just, as I say, drift towards that monthly pivot. The S1 pivot is below us at 78.46. So maybe if we see a break of these this trend line, that's where we could be headed on a very slow basis. Okay, that's it for me. Any other news? We've got existing home sales later at 3 o'clock. The home sales and new home sales, etc., starting to kick a little bit more or create a little bit more volatility within the markets in the afternoons now. So we should be watching for those. We do have at 12:30 the ECB monetary policy accounts. So far, these haven't really given us anything in the way of big moves. But because of the fact that we have so much information given us by Draghi's press conference each time, but we'll see. 12:30 is another figure for the euro. Should be watching for. Okay, that's it for me. Hope you have a great one. Oh, sorry, I just noticed Draghi is speaking at 6:30 this evening, due to deliver opening remarks at the ECB forum on central banking entitled "Information and Unemployment in Europe." Okay, but I mean that may create some volatility around 6:30 p.m. if you're still trading at that point. Okay, that's it for me. Have a great one. Bye for now.